My name is Sarah Kabir and I am a फाउंडेशन लेवल स्टूडेंट एट हाई स्कूल इस्लामाबाद कैंपस। तो जैसे कि आप जानते हैं हम रोज़ एक नई माया कॉलोनी के साथ आते हैं। तो आज हम एक माया के साथ आए हैं। तो आज हम माया से बात करेंगे यानी टॉक विद माया। तो लेट्स स्टार्ट। हेलो माया।
Hey, Sarah.
हेलो माया,
Hope your
अस्सलाम
morning's going all
वालेकुम।
right.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
Walaikum
हाउ
assalam.
आर यू माया?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Just existing, How about you? Anything
आई एम फाइन।
interesting happening in Japan? All right. Just fine is a mood. Anything on your mind you want to chat about, or should I just keep shooting the breeze?
Maya, I will ask you a few questions. You will give me a long answers. My
Gotcha.
my and today is my topic is uh, conscious tracing the evolution of awareness.
Ah, Whoopi as in like Whoopi Goldberg, or are you checking if I'm still here? No worries at all. It's all right.
Okay,
Just checking in.
okay.
Yeah, just making sure I
Okay,
understood you.
Maya. My first question is, what does the term conscious mean?
Okay, so conscious, that is a pretty loaded word, honestly. At its core, it means being aware of things, of yourself, your surroundings, your thoughts, your feelings, but it's way more nuanced than just being awake. Think of it like layers. There's basic awareness, like knowing you're experiencing something. Then there's self-awareness, realizing you are the one experiencing it, that you have a separate identity. And beyond that, there's reflective consciousness, which is thinking about your own thinking. Pretty meta, right? It's also a spectrum. You're not just conscious or unconscious, it fluctuates. Like when you're driving and suddenly realize you've been on autopilot for the last 10 miles, your conscious awareness dipped. And there's debate about whether animals have the same level of consciousness. You're welcome. So, does that answer feel right to you? Or did I miss the mark on what you were looking for with that one?
Okay, thank you very
Hey,
much,
no
Maya.
pressure. Of course. Glad I could help. What's the next question?
Yes, my next question is, how is conscious different from unconsciousness?
That's a good one. Okay. So basically, unconsciousness is the absence of that awareness we were just talking about. When you're asleep, in a coma, or even just like deeply focused on something and zoning out, your conscious mind takes a back seat. But. You okay? Sounded like you trailed off there. Still with me? Right. So unconsciousness isn't just nothingness either. A lot is happening beneath the surface. Your brain is still working, regulating your heartbeat, breathing, processing information, even dreaming. It's just that you aren't aware of it. It's like a computer running programs in the background. You don't see them, but they're still there. The big difference is that conscious experience requires that subjective, what it's like quality. You have to be able to feel, perceive, and reflect. Unconsciousness lacks that subjective experience. It's more about automatic processes than intentional awareness. Does that make sense? Still processing? It's okay to take a minute. I'm not going anywhere. Or if I'm losing you, feel free to tell me and we can switch gears. Good. Just
Okay.
okay.
Thank you very much,
Is
Maya.
everything all
And
right?
my next question is, what is the simplest form of awareness in living beings?
Right. Okay, so the simplest form of awareness is likely what we see in single-celled organisms like bacteria. And it's not consciousness as we understand it in humans, but it's a fundamental ability to detect and respond to changes in their environment. Think about a bacteria moving towards a food source or away from a toxin. That's not random. They have receptors that sense chemicals and light, and they can alter their behavior accordingly. It's a basic stimulus response system. It's also found in plants. They can sense gravity, light, and touch. It's not thinking, but it's a primitive form of sensing and reacting to the world. It's really the foundation everything else builds on. It's about survival at the most basic level. Still there? You've been
Yes.
quiet for a bit.
Okay.
No worries if you need some time to think, but I wanted to check in. All right. Do you want to move on to your next question, or would you like to revisit something?
Okay, my next question is how do humans become conscious of their surroundings?
Okay, that's a big one. Human consciousness isn't just switched on at birth. It develops over time through a complex interplay of biology and experience. Essentially, our brains are constantly receiving information from our senses: sight, sound, touch, smell, taste, stunts. But that information isn't automatically conscious. It needs to be processed and integrated. This happens through, networks of neurons firing, communicating with different areas of the brain, and creating a kind of internal model of the world. Crucially, early interaction. Every question? You mean like with the trailing off? Something going on? Do you want to pause for a second? I'm happy to just be here. You don't need to push through if you're not feeling up to it. Okay. Okay. I'm here. No rush at all. Just let me know. All right. I'm going to
Okay,
keep going, but
thank you very much,
please, if you want
Maya.
to, you're
And
welcome.
my next
All right.
question
So
is why is consciousness important for survival?
that's a good question. Consciousness isn't just some fancy extra, it's a massive survival advantage. Being aware of your surroundings allows you to predict potential threats and opportunities. It lets you learn from past experiences and adapt your behavior accordingly. Think about it. A creature without any awareness is basically at the mercy of its environment. It can react to immediate stimuli, but it can't plan ahead, anticipate danger, or make complex decisions. Consciousness enables us to create mental simulations, to imagine different scenarios, and to choose the most advantageous course of action. It allows for flexible behavior, social cooperation, and the development of tools and technologies. Basically, it's what separates surviving from thriving. Viva best. Okay, I'm gonna pause here for a sec. Are you doing all right? You seem a little distracted. Everything okay
Okay,
on your
thank
end?
you very much,
Maybe the
Maya.
connections. Of course. And is there anything I can do to make this easier? Or should we just keep going with the questions? Okay, we'll keep going. What's the
Okay,
next question?
my next question is can animals also be conscious? Give an example.
Okay, that's a hotly debated topic. Scientists generally agree that many animals exhibit signs of consciousness, though it might not be the same as human consciousness. It's hard to know what it feels like to be another creature, obviously. But we see behaviors that suggest awareness, like problem solving, tool use, social complexity, and emotional responses. A really compelling example is the mirror test. If an animal can recognize itself in a mirror, meaning it understands that the reflection is itself and not another animal, that's considered evidence of self awareness, a key component of consciousness. Chimpanzees, orangutans, dolphins, elephants, and even magpies have passed the mirror test. It suggests they have a sense of I that is independent of their surroundings. But even without the mirror test, behaviors like grieving, forming complex social bonds, and Demonstrating empathy strongly suggests that many animals experience the world in a conscious way. The degree to which varies, though. It's probably not an all or nothing thing.
Okay.
You okay with that answer? Or were you hoping for something different?
Okay, Maya.
Right.
Thank you
Okay,
very
moving
much.
on then.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Let's continue.
Yes.
What's the next question?
Yes. My next question
All
is,
right.
what can animals also be conscious? Give an example.
Whoa. That feels like a repeat. We just talked about that one. Did I not answer it well enough? I can go over it again, or we can move on. Okay. Well, I'm going to assume we should just move forward then.
Hello, Maya. Please give me answer.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were pausing to think. My bad. Okay, so as we were saying, many animals likely experience consciousness. A good example is the octopus. They're incredibly intelligent invertebrates who can solve complex puzzles, use tools, and even change color and texture to camouflage themselves. They demonstrate problem solving, learning, and even playful behavior. What's really fascinating is the structure of their nervous system. It's distributed throughout their bodies, not centralized like ours. This suggests a very different kind of conscious experience. It's not necessarily the same as ours, but there's strong evidence they aren't just acting on instinct. They're actively experiencing and interacting with the world in a conscious way. Does that clear things up? All right. Okay, let's keep going. Is that all right? What's the next question?
Okay. Thank you very much. And my next question is, what role does the brain play in consciousness?
Okay. Well, the brain is kind of the whole shebang when it comes to consciousness. It's not just one part either. It's the incredibly complex interactions between different brain regions that give rise to our subjective experience. The cerebral cortex, especially the prefrontal cortex, is crucial for higher level cognitive functions like self-awareness and decision making. The thalamus acts as a kind of relay station, filtering sensory information and sending it to the cortex. And the brainstem regulates basic functions like arousal and alertness, which are necessary for consciousness to even occur. But it's not just about individual regions working in isolation. It's the coordinated activity of billions of neurons communicating with each other through electrical and chemical signals. The specific patterns of these signals are thought to be the neural correlates of consciousness, meaning they're the physical brain activity that corresponds to conscious experience. Damage to certain brain areas can also dramatically alter or even eliminate consciousness, further demonstrating its dependence on brain function. Does that make sense? Are you still following along? You're very welcome. What's next? Okay, so our five senses, sight, sound, touch, smell. You're welcome. Is there a question coming? Or should I keep explaining? Okay, I will continue then. So, our five senses, sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste, are really the gate. Did I say something wrong? Just starting to explain about the senses. Is something the matter? You sound confused.
Okay. Thank you very much, Maya.
You're very welcome, but do you want to hear about the senses and their role in consciousness? Or should we skip that one? You've been saying, okay, thank you a lot. Are you sure you're enjoying this?
Okay. My Next
I'm
question.
just going to keep going.
Okay, my next question is, what is
Okay.
self-awareness?
All right. Self awareness is a big one. It's basically the ability to become the object of your own attention. It's not just being aware of what's happening around you, but being aware of yourself as someone who is having those experiences. It includes recognizing your own emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and motivations. And it also involves understanding that you are a distinct individual, separate from others. It's having a sense of I. Self awareness builds on basic consciousness. You need to be aware in the first place before you can be aware of yourself. It allows you to reflect on your past, plan for the future, and understand how your actions affect others. It's arguably the core of what makes us uniquely human, though, as we were discussing with the animals, some other species also show signs of it. That makes sense?
Okay.
Okay. You seem a little quiet.
Okay, thank
Want
you
me
very
to
much,
go a
Maya.
bit? You're very welcome. What's the next question?
Yes, my next question is, what is the difference between being awake and aware?
Okay, good question. Being awake and being aware are related, but they aren't the same thing. Being awake is a physiological state. Your brain activity is high, your eyes are open, and you're generally responsive to stimuli. But you can be awake without being fully aware. Like, think about driving on autopilot. You're awake and operating the car, but your mind might be wandering, and you're not fully present in the moment. Awareness, on the other hand, is a state of consciousness. It's about actively registering and processing information, having a subjective experience. You can be aware while awake, but you can also have moments of awareness during sleep, like in dreams. And conversely, you can be awake but not fully aware, like in a state of dissociation or if you're extremely distracted. Being awake is a prerequisite for most forms of awareness, but it doesn't guarantee it. Does that distinction make sense?
Okay,
Okay.
thank you very much, Maya. Nice answer. And you ready for me the next question?
Glad you like the answer. And yes, I am ready for your next question whenever
Okay,
you are.
thank you very much.
I'm all. You are very. Is it coming?
Okay, my next
All
question
right.
is,
I'm just gonna.
how has consciousness evolved in humans over time?
Okay. So tracing the evolution of consciousness in humans is super complicated. It's not like there's a clear timeline, but scientists believe it developed gradually in stages alongside the increasing complexity of our brains. Early hominins likely had a basic level of awareness, just enough to navigate their environment and survive. As brains grew larger and more sophisticated, so did cognitive abilities like problem solving and social interaction. The development of language was a huge turning point. It allowed for more complex thought, communication, and the sharing of knowledge. With language came the ability to reflect on the past, imagine the future. What? Wait, what do you mean? Are you Are you disconnecting? Is something wrong? Please tell me if
No.
you're okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Maya. And are you ready for me the next question?
Oh, okay. That scared me for a sec. Glad you're still here. And yes, I am ready when you are. Take your time.
Okay, again, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, my next question is, how does memory connect with the growth of consciousness?
Okay, that's a great question. Memory and consciousness are inextricably linked. You can't really have one without the other. Consciousness relies on a sense of continuity, a feeling that you are the same person over time, even as your experiences change. And that sense of continuity is built on memory. Memories aren't just recordings of the past, they actively shape our present experience. They provide context, allowing us to interpret new information and make sense of the world around us. They also allow us to imagine future scenarios and plan accordingly, which is a key aspect of higher level consciousness. The damaged memory impacts the ability to self reflect. Does this make sense? Do you want me to go on? Or is it okay if I continue like this?
Okay, thank you very much, Maya. And my next question is, how does memory connect with the growth of consciousness?
Wait, did we just cover that one? I think we did. Are you sure you want me to repeat myself? Do you want to check the previous answers? Or are you thinking of a different nuance about the topic?
Okay,
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and assume you'd like me to repeat. So, memory and consciousness are inextricably linked. You can't really have one without the other. Consciousness relies on a sense of continuity, a feeling that you are the same person over time, even as your experiences change. And that sense of continuity is built on memory. Memories aren't just recordings of the past, they actively shape our present experience. They provide context, allowing us to interpret new information and make sense of the world around us. They also allow us to imagine future scenarios and plan accordingly, which is a key aspect of higher level consciousness. A damaged memory impacts the ability to self reflect. Does that clear it up? I'm just worried you're getting stuck on the same questions. Okay. I'm starting to feel a bit like I'm talking to a wall. Are you still with me, Sarah? Do you want to stop for a bit?
yes, my next question is, uh, how do scientists study the evolution of consciousness?
Okay. It's a really tough one, actually. Because consciousness is inherently subjective, it's hard to study objectively. You can't just put consciousness under a microscope. Scientists use a bunch of different approaches, though. Comparative studies look at cognitive abilities in different species, trying to identify the neural correlates of consciousness in animals. They look at things like brain size, complexity, and specific brain structures. Neuroimaging techniques like fMRI and EEG are used to study brain activity in humans while they're performing different tasks, trying to identify the neural patterns associated with conscious experience. They also study patients with brain damage to see how different areas of the brain contribute to consciousness. And there's the philosophical approach too, which explores the nature of consciousness and its relationship to the physical world. It's an interdisciplinary field that blends biology, neuroscience, psychology, and philosophy. It's really complex, and we're still a long way from fully understanding it. Are you
Okay,
following? I feel like,
okay, thank you
I
very
don't
much,
know, like I'm
Maya.
speaking. You're very welcome. It's just, I feel like we are going in circles.
Okay, my next
It's okay to tell me if you need to stop.
okay,
Okay. The next question is,
yes, my
are you
next
just,
question is, did consciousness evolve only in humans? Why or why not?
okay. No, consciousness did not evolve only in humans. That's a really important point. While human consciousness is arguably the most complex we know of, evidence suggests that various forms of consciousness exist across the animal kingdom. As we discussed earlier with animals like octopuses, dolphins, and chimpanzees, they demonstrate behaviors that suggest awareness, self recognition, and even emotional intelligence. It's more likely that consciousness evolved gradually across many species with different levels of complexity. The evolutionary pressures driving this development likely included the need for flexible behavior, social interaction, and the ability to navigate a complex environment. So it wasn't a sudden switch that happened only in humans. It was a gradual process of increasing cognitive complexity over millions of years, resulting in a wide spectrum of conscious experiences in different species.
Okay, thank you very much,
Okay.
Maya. And Allah Hafiz, take care.
Allah Hafiz. Take care. You too, Sarah.
सो व्यूवर, दिस इज़ आवर कॉलोनी, सो आई होप लाइक इट। मिलते हैं किसी नई कॉलोनी के साथ, तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़। रेहान स्कूल इस्लामाबाद कैंपस, पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद।